Emotional freedom techniques. It's also called tapping, which is normally what I call it. It's also called EFT. And what is it? It's an incredible, amazing technique that works quickly. It works, like I said, without a whole lot of intensity. It works, you can work on things in public and people don't know what you're doing. I've seen people move through traumas that they've held their whole life in a matter of half hour, an hour. I've seen people move through physical pain within a few minutes. Fear of speaking, stop smoking, any habit you can imagine, people have eliminated by using this technique. Are you familiar with acupuncture, acupressure, massages? Yeah, you're familiar with that. Okay. So these EFT is working with meridian endpoints. Meridian endpoints are the beginning and the ends of these energy pathways that communicate to our body what's going on, both positive and negative. What happens is that these energy pathways get clogged. They get clogged with those thoughts of, oh, he's late, he must have had an accident, and the hospital's going to call me any moment. It gets clogged with, oh, I'm so angry right now, I could just slap someone. It gets clogged with experiences we've had in our lifetime. I'm going to show you emotional freedom techniques. You actually have it on the last page. You don't necessarily need to look at it, but if you'd like to, you're more welcome to do that. This is a lot like Simon Says, if you all remember that game. Simon Says when you're a kid, you do what I do and say what I say. I've never had more control in my life, and I love it. If you were to come to me as a client, though, that's not always the way it is. So when people learn it, yes. But as we work through whatever issues they have, then of course I'm asking, is that true? Are we going down the right path? They tell me, no, that I don't believe that. It's this, or maybe something else. So I'm a little freer when I'm working one-on-one than I am in the group setting, because right now I'm just teaching it to you. What you're always going to do is evaluate what's going on with your system. Obviously, energy is very subtle. Some people can feel and sense energy, but how it's usually manifested is by our feelings. That's usually how we know what's going on. So you would rate your feeling. So for instance, if I were to have you scan your body right now and find a place where you felt a little bit of tension and pain, I want you to go ahead and do that. Do you have a place? Do we have a place? All right, now rate it 0 to 10. 0 is, it's not intense, it's not painful, it's not tense. 10 is, we're calling 911 because I'm not dealing with you, okay? That's way beyond my means right now. I'll get a number? All right. This is where the fun begins. So as I said, do as I do and say as I say. I'm right-handed. I do use my right hand to tap. Okay? If you're left-handed, use your left hand. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Doesn't matter. No, one hand's not better than the other. It's just whatever's comfortable. One side of your body to tap on is not better than the other. Again, whatever you're comfortable with. So don't worry about doing it wrong. That's why I've learned this technique, not only because it's so fascinating and amazing and it has helped so many thousands, hundreds of thousands of people now. It's because you can't do it wrong. And I'm a recovering perfectionist. So it's perfect for me. All right, so taking my right hand, I usually use the first 2 fingers, but some of the spots I'll use all 4 fingers. And you start tapping on what's called the karate chop. And it's between your pinky finger, here, this little knuckle, and your wrist bone. And it's in the fleshy part. They're called the karate chop just because that is, we are actually similar to chopping on boards. That's where they're going to hit. That's that spot in karate that they hit to do that. And so you start tapping with your right hand, and you start repeating after me. Even though I have this tension or pain, I love myself deeply and completely. Even though I have this tension or pain, I love myself deeply and completely. Even though I'm holding on to this tension or pain, I love myself deeply and completely. All right, the next one you tap on is at the top of your head. It's just at the very top, the governor spot, and say, this tension or pain.
This tension or pain.
The next spot you're going to tap on is at the beginning of your eyebrow and in the bridge of your nose, and if you can see that through my bangs, perfect. This tension or pain.
This tension or pain.
The next spot is at the side of your eye and your bone. Say, this tension or pain.
This tension or pain.
And then underneath your eye, this tension or pain.
This tension or pain.
And then underneath your nose, this tension or pain.
This tension or pain.
Under your lips, this tension or pain.
This tension or pain.
Now the collarbone is where a man's knot of a tie would be. It's an inch down and an inch over. So some people kind of find it in the little dip there, but an inch down, an inch over. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. Say, this tension or pain.
This tension or pain.
And the silliest one, that's why I love it, is under your arm. And it's in the middle of your bra strap. This tension or pain.
This tension or pain.
Now take a deep breath. And then scan your body again. Find that tension or pain that you had and re-rate it. 0 is none, 10's intense.